Let's talk about signal and noise. So the signal noise spectrum, there's this video, some of you may have seen it. It's kind of one of those little viral videos. It's got Mr. Fantastic from Shark Tank. You guys seen Mr. Fantastic? You know, he's the bald one. He's put some funny content, by the way. If you follow him on Instagram, he does all these news interviews on like CNBC and Fox, and he's doing like financial interviews. He wears like weird pajama pants, like hot pink pajama pants and big house slippers, but then a suit up top. So on TV, he looks like he's wearing a suit, but he films from the side all of his news interviews. And so his Instagram is just him doing news interviews, but in like hot pink pajamas or Grinch feet legs, but with a suit on up top. But if you only saw it on news, you wouldn't know he was doing that. It's pretty funny. That is a clever thing. But on the signal and noise spectrum, he talks about, I used to work for Steve Jobs, and Steve was extremely high signal and low noise. So what that means is he wants to stay on signal. This is the signal, right? And anything that gets you off of the signal is noise. And he said Steve was 85% signal. So it means he has very low tolerance, a 15% tolerance margin for noise or being off task. And the only person he's ever met that was 100% is Elon Musk. Now, one of the things that some of those superpowers of those types of people is I'm pretty sure most of them are a little autistic. Elon may be a decent amount autistic. And because of the autism, for them, at their level of autism, it's kind of a superpower because they do not give a shit if they offend you. So Elon, like Mr. Fantastic talks about it, Elon will be talking to somebody and he has lost interest. It is no longer aligned with what he cares about. He has no like formal way to get out of that. It's just back to what I'm doing. I don't care if I offend you at all. Like, I'm gone, right? And while that may come across in most circles as being a douche, he's Elon Musk, so he can get away with it. And he has an extremely low tolerance for noise. What most people that are good, gifted conversationalists actually have a really high tolerance for noise. I actually think that I have a decent tolerance for noise. I enjoy it to some degree. I like Discord. I like to come into the dev room and talk about random philosophy and make fun of Marcus Aurelius's quotes. And actually, I tried to. They were pretty good, most of them. A couple of them are hard to understand, but I like doing that. I like a little bit of, did you hear about this? That kind of stuff. And I have a pretty high tolerance for it, but I feel like I probably still have a lower tolerance for it than most people. And so my reason for bringing this up is if you're trying to be extremely effective and you have goals, which we talk about setting goals every week, the best thing that I can do is to recapture as much of my time as possible. And I'm not telling you to be autistic level Elon Musk, 500 billion net worth, whatever, But I am saying, think about how much time, and I keep saying it, and I'm just trying to say it in a different way. Think about how much time you waste on noise, and all of us have room for improvement there, all the time, myself included, myself maybe most. We have time or the ability to improve on how much time we waste. And then also, again, continuously think about the impact you have on others if you take them out of flow state. What's flow state? Somebody tell me. I talked about it before. Flow state. Focus. Did you say focus? Flow state is when you get into a flow state, there is a psychological effect of getting into the appropriate state of mind to be in complete flow. Some people, like a writer, will be writing and they get into a flow. And if you disrupt it, it could take them a long time to get back to it. A long time. And so the more intense someone's flow state is, the more detrimental it is to not disrupt them and not take them out of it, okay? Now, there are occasions where you have to. I think the other day, somebody was in a meeting, and I was sending Mike to get somebody, and there was Tammy, some code from Tammy, and I was like, I really need this code, and so he interrupted her flow state because I'm an asshole to get that code from her. But for the most part, we don't want to interrupt people for no reason. So if it's, let me see if so-and-so is going to lunch, like in AEP, just go to lunch on your own. As a matter of fact, I see some of you eating in here. Makes perfect sense. Why would I want to go waste 45 minutes or an hour in the middle of AEP? I got to hit 28 apps this week to get a washer and dryer. I hit 26. I took 3 one-hour lunches. You're a retard. Okay? That's not for Brian. That's just an example. Okay? All right? Lunches are dumb, you know? Or, man, I'm really broke and I keep going out to lunch. That's another topic, but it happens, okay? All right. So I won't beat a dead horse on that. Signal and noise. Low tolerance for noise equals a high staying on signal. That's the same line chart, by the way, for straight line selling. It's funny. Straight line selling that Jordan Belfort talks is I'm trying to go straight to the close, and then the client is taking me off topic, and I use these off topic conversations to grab more information and pull it back to the straight line. And then eventually I do a test close here. And if they aren't closable, then I go back to the line right here and I re-educate.
There's a moment in your bones when the fire takes over. Blood is running, heart is pumping as the battle gets closer.